One thing that happened was Dumi gave me an ultimatum because I was really a mess at that time. I was a hot mess. Please, most importantly, give this guy.
Oh, okay. I thought the most important. Babe,
the
wait,
most important thing
let's
is
discuss
likes.
this. What's the most important thing?
It's likes.
Okay, please like the video.
The most important thing: like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
In that order: like, share, subscribe.
Okay, I disagree. It's like, share, engage, and subscribe. So engaging would be commenting.
Actually, no. They should be like, subscribe, engage, share. Because, like, imagine sharing something and not subscribe to how people are going to like.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, okay, cool. Okay, you decide, but please do all the 4 because they're all important to us.
Like, comment, share,
And
subscribe. In other news, Dumi's busy telling me Hori just because now I'm married to her. Like, I'm a hot boy. I was a hot boy before her. And the sad part is,
and now
I know the housemates.
Everyone who likes your things, I'm gonna block them. You deserve 2 likes from me and your mother.
Babe, I'm trying to grow my
2 likes,
YouTube channel.
me,
I can't be getting, like, I'm not
me and your mother. Or maybe they could fly with you.
If you haven't seen my YouTube channel, I'll put a link in the description and at the end of the end screen. Please do go and check out my channel. I do flight reviews and anything that has to do with aviation, so do check that out.
Anywho. Today, guys, we are going to be talking about
how we stayed for a year apart. We were practically separated for a year.
It was a whole year.
It was a year, but it
didn't
didn't
feel like 5 years. It felt like 10 years. Felt like a long time.
Yeah.
Alright, before we begin with the story, if it's your first time here,
you're not a housemate yet. To become a housemate, all you have to do is
subscribe
and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a notification every time we post. And if you're a returning housemate,
welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Can you pour me some?
Can you have, man?
Pour me some. Pour me some.
Yeah, man.
I want from my own glass.
You don't want, man.
I want you to pour me some.
The offer's gone. Also, by the way, Mzondile and Caesar are always drinking out of champagne glasses. And now we see why.
We are drinking Stony from our champagne
now we see
glasses.
Why.
Let's get into the video.
So let's start with a little bit of a background. If you haven't watched our love story, it has a pop-up banner. Go and check out our love story. But we've practically been living together since we started dating, which was in 2014. She just couldn't get enough of me and she just wanted to always be at my apartment.
No, I didn't. So, but anyway, now you see, you want to start an argument.
I'm just showing you who I was a hot boy before you.
No, you want to start an argument unnecessarily.
I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm not a hot boy before you, like you used to.
No, I don't care about you being a hot boy. It's good for you. You're a hot boy.
Thank you for I'm a hot boy.
Yes.
Anyway,
Mara, the thing is, the reason why we started being together all the time was because we were in love. It was not about me wanting to be with you.
That's true. I was infectious, she was infectious, we were like getting really close and like I couldn't stay away from her, but she does not admit that she couldn't stay away from me.
You said I don't want to admit. I was just stating facts that this was equal. It was not one-sided. We're not hot boy.
Call me hot boy, was an eagle. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
You tell the story from now, because now I was just giving that background.
Okay, cool. So it was like all fun. We were used to each other. Like, we had like even started buying. You know when you start buying groceries together, like. Because for a while when we started living together, I still wanted to like. I used to still shower at my own place, get dressed at my own place, like do everything at my own place.
A few things here and there.
Yeah, at his place. I never had like all my things at his place. But we lived like 2 floors apart. Yeah, you're on the 5th floor, I was on the 3rd floor. So I used to just like go to my place to shower, to change, and then I'd be back at his place. And then eventually just gelled into like.
Yeah, it was natural for
It was
us.
natural. It was not like, oh, let's move in together. It just naturally happened.
And that's actually how we fell in love. We just because you guys voted for the story of how we were separated for a year, we're just going to mix everything together, because instead of like doing a whole story of how we fell in love.
Yeah.
That's how we fell in love. We just started spending more time together.
Yeah, and then literally.
And then the one thing that happened was Dumi gave me an ultimatum, because I was really a mess at that time. I was a hot mess.
Yo, this guy, like, the thing is, when I met you, the lifestyle you had, I was just not familiar with that. I was just like, I just felt like, you know, those people that came to varsity and forgot why they're in varsity. Like, you know what? You have to have You have to have a perfect balance between fun and still remembering that you have. So he was like, yeah, you guys didn't have a perfect balance.
I was a mess, guys.
And I was just like, because now I saw myself starting to really, really fall in love with you. And I was just like, I'm not gonna be this person, and I'm not gonna be around this kind of lifestyle. Like.
Yeah, practically we were just drunk all the time, and we were high all the time. We were going to clubs like every night. We lived at Tops. We even knew the ladies and had these things we used to do at Tops and things like that. And I lived alone, but I was housing a few of my friends, and by a few I mean a lot, because they got. And
like, babe, I have to tell this. Like, Saniso had I don't know who's ever lived at the field. He had a duplex at the field. I promise you, like most nights, a loft. I promise you, most nights, right? It would be so full that the downstairs is full of people. The stairs are full of people. Upstairs there are people. Like sometimes you'd sleep in the bed, and then there would be people on the floor. Because I'm sure like people would invite themselves. Like, yeah, we're going to my boy Sanjiso's place, and I was just like, you know what? We've been dating for 2 months, whatever. But this is not the life I'm going to live.
And also I used to smoke. I used to smoke back then, and I used to smoke a lot. And she was just like, you know what, you need to stop smoking, and you need to cut this lifestyle you're living. Otherwise, I'm not going to be with you. Like, at that moment,
I was dead set. Like, I'm not gonna be. Honestly, I knew that I was already in love with you, but I knew, like, if I stayed for this and I settled for this, I was also gonna fuck up my own life. And I was just like, I'm not even trying to do
that. And at that point, I don't know what was wrong with Hot Boy Swazi Eagle. Because Hot Boy Swazi Eagle was whipped. And I saw my life flash before me. I was just like, yo, and like Sanele, my brother-in-law, Smiley, I've known him for so long. Even at that time, Smiley was around. And I was just like, I went to Smiley, I'm like, hey, Smiley, hey. Now I'm saying, it's over. Unless like I changed my life. And it was literally at that moment that my life changed. And I'm so blessed that you came into my life at that point in time.
After that, I think there was struggle for 2 months because having to let go of that life, then you had to fix your life. So it was like struggle
and also,
for 2 months.
starting to live with someone, especially somebody you've just fallen in love with. And the first month of living together, it's nice because like you're in honeymoon phase, you know, you just got rid of the baggage that was there, that was like disrupting your relationship, and now you're flourishing, you two are together. And then when that fizzles out, and now you're starting to realize, okay, there's a possibility I'm going to be with this person like for a long time. Forever wasn't a thing we were talking about. So it's just like realizing this person's going to be in your life for a long time. And you start seeing, like, you start actually learning who this person is. And it starts getting crazy from there. We started fighting, like, no. How many times did you, like, actually try to move out?
No, but I only tried to move out once. And it was not moving out, it was just taking all my clothes that I left at your place. And you know why, then? When Saniso met me, I was this like, Miss Independent. I'm that
she
person.
Didn't even
like,
want to date me. It took me a long time to actually start.
Like when I said, okay, cool, fine, we can date. I was like, I came with a whole list. I even forgot because we should have signed a contract. That, you know what, don't tell me you're gonna love me forever, whatever, because what if we get bored of each other in 3 months and now we're going, hey, I was saying a lot of things, but I literally, before I said yes, we can date, I said a lot of things.
Yeah, anyway guys, we got to that because we're just talking about how we end up staying together, how we fell in love, so you can understand why it was like a big train smash.
When we had to live apart.
We had to live apart. So we stayed together 2014 and
half 2015.
Yeah, I stayed together 2014 and 2015. My mom got a job in South Africa, and so she had to move from Swaziland and come and live in Joburg. Mind you, we stay in Pretoria, so it didn't make sense for my parents to be paying about 6,000 a month for renting me an apartment in Pretoria when my mom has a whole huge house.
And he had moved to UNISA now, he was not at UP
I wasn't
anymore.
at UP. So it didn't make sense for my family to do that. So also they didn't really know about our relationship back then. It's not like
but when they're gonna find out relationship.
It's not like the relationship was going to make them like, oh no my boy, you know what? We believe in love. Love is a beautiful thing. Here's 6,000 every month. Plus your pocket money. Everything else that you need
to be in love.
Go and be in love, my son. Like the family was going to do that.
Yeah.
So I had to move.
Yeah, so like now you imagine I'm in Pretoria, he's in Kempton Park.
And
it was a nightmare.
It was really a nightmare.
I think the first when I realized it's a nightmare is because I had to move back with my roommate that I had. I was sharing a bachelor with someone else. Cool, sharp. I had to deal with that, right? But I was so used to being with someone like where we always talk, we always laugh and stuff, and then my roommate was just like, yeah. And then like even sleeping at night became difficult because like you're so used to
imagine spending every single moment of the day with somebody. Like the only time you don't spend together is when Dumi has to go to class, but after class she's back. We spent literally every single moment of the day together. From that, being together, sleeping together in the same place, cooking together, every time we're outside the apartment we're together. You know how it is in university. It's not like when you work that you're busy with whatever. All what was happening were just like us. And then that just got torn apart instantly if there was no other option. That was it. We didn't have any money to say, okay, you know what, like we're living off like I was living off our parents. I was only getting like a pocket money 1.5 every month.
I think me too. I think I was getting like 1.5.
And then we had to buy groceries inside that. We had to do everything with that 1.5 just that they were paying rent.
Yeah, except electricity. Did we have
even I had to buy electricity with the 1.5. That 1.5 was like I had to do everything in that month with that money.
But
We couldn't.
Honestly, for parents, it's not like, oh, we are saying everything. It's just two things: groceries and electricity.
And
they're not there calculating. Oh, they need entertainment. No.
So yeah. From that, and then that's just yanked out of, and we lived far apart. I didn't have a car. Dumi didn't have a car.
Were you still getting an allowance when you were living at home?
I don't remember.
I think you were not.
No, I wasn't actually. I wasn't. So I had to go back to living at home, and I had to leave Dumi in Pretoria.
It was very difficult for us to actually like have a healthy relationship because we didn't have like lots of money to maybe like, because I lived in a bachelor in Pretoria. When he visits me, like there was no money to be like, okay, we'll sleep at a hotel or something, because I lived in a bachelor. Imagine we were sleeping there together, like when there's someone next to us. So that was not possible.
There was literally this much space.
Yeah, between
the two
my
beds.
bed and her bed, like
that
yeah,
much space.
This is like so accurate. And because there was the money factor, right? And then there was always like, oh, like, and that was one of the biggest issues for me, that like since you moved home, you always had something to do. Like he always had something to do. He was always busy with something, and I was just like, oh my god, it was just so frustrating, because I was used to having all access to you all the time, and then now I felt like, yo, this is a nightmare.
So another thing that was difficult was that even when I was in Pretoria, because I'd always maybe try to find something that I have to do around Pretoria, or I'd fake having to go to class, or I'd have assignments or something, or had to go to the library or something, and I'd use my mom's car. So I wouldn't be able to spend the whole day there, because I'd drop my mom at work and go, and to get to use the car, I'd have to also run other errands that I needed to do for my mom as well. So it wasn't easy, because like the time would just fly. It would feel like I got there and a minute later
I would cry. I would literally cry every time he had to leave. I would cry real tears. I felt so empty. And also, you know why the biggest issue is that in this year that we were like just the two of us, kind of alienated our friends. So I didn't even have friends, because he was my one friend. It was like the whole time I could just be pining over him, because I didn't have any friends, one, and I couldn't just go to his place because he was living with his parents. Unless like his mom was not there, then I would go. And then I started taking, like, because I was doing promotions, I started taking jobs in Kempton Park to be at your place.
Yeah, it's really a struggle, because
weekends, yeah.
It's really a struggle because when we started dating, the relationship just consumed us. Like, she was my everything. Like Dumi was saying, we didn't really see people. The first year of our relationship was actually very tough, because we lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends. Dumi lost a lot of people she used to hang out with as well, because we were just always together all the time. The way we are now, it's the way we were back then. It's just like.
But we try to make some effort to chill with other people, but. I think we still like very in our own bubble and stuff.
So that's what made that year so difficult.
You know what? I thank God, even though we're in a long distance relationship, you are how to in a way. Hey, you are.
And also, it's not like when I moved. It's not like my mom knew, like, she ended up knowing about the relationship, and my mom has been very supportive of our relationship. She would even sometimes give me the car to just actually go and be with Dumi as well. So that made it a bit easier, but still, there's never, you can't ever spend.
Yeah, you
enough
can't, like,
time.
it's like you have 4 hours to spend together. Are we in high school? Like, it was so frustrating. Even if you would come at 8 a.m. in the morning and leave at 6 maybe, I would feel like it was a minute. I would start being depressed over the fact that the whole week now I'm gonna be alone until I don't know when we can see each other next and stuff. But I think also like starting to take jobs in Glenmarie and stuff helped.
That here really brought us closer because it taught us to cherish every moment that we got to spend together because we knew that we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
It also made us think out of the box of like things that we're actually going to do when we're together. Because I remember there were times when I would go to Pretoria and we'd just drive somewhere and just park and spend the time together and, you know. There were times Dumi would come to Kempton Park and we'd go and park next to where the planes take off and just sit and watch planes. We got to do a lot of like dates, more dates that year.
Then yeah, we got to experience more things because we didn't have the comfort of the house to just chill in the house. So we had to try out more things and do more things together. So yeah. But the thing is, because we're students, we didn't have the budget to actually. Because I feel like, I feel like if it's now when we work and like we're apart, we'd like maybe go to a hotel or something. But when we're students, I think also taking those promotion jobs this side helped me a whole lot.
What you end up doing is trying any and everything.
Because I could have just, and you should make the effort to be together so that the relationship stays. Because like, imagine if all my weekends, because I started doing promotions a lot during the weekends, right? So if I took all my promotions on the weekend in Pretoria, then during the week I'm going to classes, so I can't really be in Kempton Park. And we are just communicating over the phone. Like at some point it was gonna like start being
it was gonna be monotonous. So that year really brought us closer because we also learned to love each other differently, to try harder to actually make the relationship work. I think that year was actually a blessing in disguise because we actually had to make that effort to get the relationship to continue to work. Because if we didn't make the effort, we probably wouldn't have this YouTube channel and it wouldn't have this ring on my finger. I'd probably be Hot Boy Swazi.
Yeah, I'd be Hot Girl, Mr. Independent, CEO, what?
So yes, like I said earlier, if you're a housemate or you're housemates and you're in a long distance relationship, please feel free to hit us up on Instagram in the DM or even in the comment section below. Tell us how are you guys making it work? Because maybe there's somebody else who may actually learn from your comment and may learn from this video. If you guys enjoyed the story time and you'd like to hear more about how our relationship grew, just let us know and we'll do the story time where we talk about how we went from there to
here to there to, you know.
Because there was more.
And there was really a lot
there was more.
You know, like actually, I think it's just being black that makes it complicated sometimes.
Why?
Because there's a lot of hiding that has to be done as well. A lot of secret, So if you want to hear an extension of it, I think also we talked a bit about it on that when you were doing my makeup video. Yeah,
housemates, that's practically the thing we experienced when we were separated for a year. It was tough, but please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell. Engage in the comment section. Please, most importantly, give
subscribe. Okay. I thought the most important.
Most important thing is
let's discuss this. What's the most important thing?
It's likes.
Okay, please like the video.
The most important thing: like, share, subscribe. In that order: like, share, subscribe.
Okay, I disagree. It's like, share, engage, and subscribe. So engaging would be commenting.
Actually, no. They should be like, subscribe, engage, share. Because imagine sharing something and not subscribe to how people are going to
Yeah, people are gonna be like, okay, cool. Okay, you decide, but please do all the 4 because they're all important to us.
Comment, share, and subscribe. Alright, husbands, we'll be back with another video next week.
Bye.
This is actually a good way to close the month of love. Because our next video is gonna be in March.
Yo, I'm so worried, guys. Let me confess, man.
What did you do now?
What did I do now? Why do you always exaggerate? What do I always do? It's on that when you were doing my makeup video. I'm not doing this on purpose. I told you when I yawn and I see myself, it's contagious. I covered my black eyes, my what do you call it?
Eye bag.
My eye bags with some foundation, but I didn't put it on my whole face. So I'm worried now. What if in the camera it makes me have raccoon eyes?
No, when I'm not raccoon eyes, they're gonna be beautiful. I was infectious. You couldn't stay away from me.
No.
And I couldn't stay away from her too. So yeah, we're in love. What are you doing to me?
Look.
You popped the pimple. Babe, let's continue the story.